Hey everybody, welcome back to our culture combo. We're gonna have guy chat today, so we got the fellas on the conversation today. Yes, yes. Growing up without a father or with a father, whatever one, how do you feel it's benefited your life or been a struggle for you in life? So, yeah.
I can go. So for me, my dad lives in Ghana. And I came here when I was 11 years old. So I've always had my dad to call him and to talk to him, but I didn't have him in my day-to-day life when I moved to America for him to kind of be the head of household in the house that I was living, because he lived in different continents. So that basically forced me to figure things out on my own. Hey, how do I do a college application? How do I talk to a girl? How do I, all those things. Yes, I could have talked to my dad about it, but it's something different when you have your dad with you in the household. That's like, all right, I gotta come in. I'm living under his roof. I gotta, he can show me so many different things. And so whenever I have a conversation, whenever I go to Ghana or whatever we meet up, he wants to impress a lot of things upon me because he knows that we don't have that time on a day-to-day basis. Yeah. So I know that there's so many mistakes that I could have, avoided if my dad was with me in the household growing up, and my brother as well, because I looked at my brother's example, and, he was also trying to figure things out on his own because it's my mom raising the two of us as guys in the house. Yeah. And, after a certain time, my mom couldn't beat us anymore, so we did what we had to do. That year was,
I eat those.
Yeah, I think I was about 15 or 16.
So yeah, Mike.
How you know? You just assuming I ain't had no father.
No, I'm just saying.
So my brother actually brought a very interesting perspective. So my father wasn't around really, but my brother recently he said it was a blessing that my father was not around because of the condition where my father was. How broken he was, how distracting and harmful, any kind of thing you can think about. The state he was in was not beneficial to be around.
Wow.
So my brother brought that up. He was like, it actually was a blessing in the sense that we didn't have, if he was there, it would have been toxic. We would have absorbed some bad traits, and we might have taken that on. Mm-hmm. So in that sense, the Lord covered and protected us from that. In the other sense, you definitely miss out. You don't know until later on. I didn't know I desired to have older men tell me, hey, you're a man. This is why you're a man. This is how you. I didn't know I needed somebody to affirm me. I don't know. I'm just living.
Yeah.
And later on, I realized, oh, this is why. And then I think, a couple years ago, I realized I didn't have no freaking protection, no covering. I'm over here exposed to all these. I got exposed to so much, and I didn't have a covering to be like, no, don't watch that, don't do that. I was hanging out with my older brothers, and it just was too much. This type of stuff that we were exposed to was ridiculous, and we didn't have any structure to be like, what's that over there? Nah, y'all not doing that. And I think deep down, every man wants somebody to be like, get over here, you ain't doing that. Nah, every man wants that, but from another man that they respect.
Yeah.
And you miss out. You really miss out on a lot of things. Now, God is faithful in the fact that He'll restore and He'll teach you certain things. I learned about being a man was directly from the Holy Spirit. I don't know nothing, and my mom tried to teach me, but she's a woman, so it's only so much she can do. But yeah, you definitely miss out on the covering, the protection when it comes to that, and that's the biggest miss out, and just the fun stuff. I don't know nothing about sports. Now, granted, I'm fine. But I wish I had something I could care less about. Actually, that might be a blessing too, because people care too much about sports. But I do wish I had I actually was good in baseball, but I quit for a dumb reason. I wish I had a father be like, "No, you're gonna stick it out."
Yeah.
I quit track for stupid reasons. I wish I had my father be like, "No, boy, go out there and run on that. You ain't quitting." Because those are things that I think that's a father's place to be like, yo, why do you want to quit? This is why you shouldn't quit. This is why you should see it through. And I miss that, and that's what I will make sure my kids do not encounter. Like, I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna, nah, you ain't quitting. Let's go. Are we having a conversation about it? We actually want to talk.
Yeah.
So.
That's good. And I think I just want to add as well. So I do have my father in my life, and I actually think that God's blessed me with an awesome father. I think that he is not. He's tough. He's very stern. He's a stern guy, but
direct.
Yes, but he's taught me so many things, because at the end of the day, he gives me affirmations, and like, that's huge. And I didn't realize it until later on in life. I think sometimes the things that you are that are given to you as a child, you don't realize it until later on in life. You're like, oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
But you develop certain habits. Like, okay, if I'm walking into a room, I want to make sure that, like, my presence is known. Not to be like, not to boast or anything, but I just want to make sure that people recognize, okay, hey, I'm here. And that's something that was taught to me. Like, hey, listen, if you're somewhere, make sure that your presence is known. Just the fact that you're there. So it's just a confidence thing, I think. But in general, he's taught me also about love. Like, hey, listen, like, I love you as your father. I love you. I'm hard on you, but I love you. And so that's why I think he's a great father, because he's even though he is direct and stern, he did also share with me the love side of it as well, and how important it is, not just to love your children, but to instruct them in a way that is loving as well. So I would say it's benefited me greatly in my life. And when I think about my friends who did not grow up with their fathers, I'm like, man, it's so, I can't even fathom, like, if I didn't have my dad, like, where would I be? Like, I would be so lost. I would be just completely not who I am today. And so I think it's huge. And I think that guys think sometimes that in order to be a father, you have to have it all together and all this other stuff. But it's like, I've seen my cousins and stuff grow up without a dad. And I'm like, no, you just need a dad who's just there. Just your presence being there can change the outcome of a man's life.
Oh yeah.
So your presence, you might not know what it's like to fatherhood. You don't know. You learn on the go, but I think guys just need a couple things, and part of it is just presence. They just need somebody to look up to, somebody that they see as, okay, that's my dad, and it makes them know that, okay, listen, if I have a son or whatever, I need to be there, because listen, my dad was in my life, I need to be there. And I think that that's the generational curse that we fight all the time. There's no father, and there's no father, then that person's like, listen, I don't have to be a father to my child. And it just goes on and on and on. So yeah, that's huge, and definitely wanted to bring that up, because we have three different perspectives. We have somebody that did not grow up with their father, somebody who grew up with their father half their life, and somebody who grew up with their father their entire life. So
look at that! Come on!
So
complete?
Yes, we can. Three complete.
So how many fathers we got between us?
We got two in the
Yo.
possible.
Oh my God.
That was good.
Yeah, so that's good. So we're gonna wrap up this segment, and but thank you guys. This is really good, and we're gonna come back and talk more about some other issues that you got, questions that you guys had, and just about guy chat in general, and some things that we face. So we'll be back. Stay tuned.